Now, Madagascar President Andry Rajoelina has dissolved his government as the East African country continues to be on edge. This move comes following the deadly Gen Z protests that rocked the capital of the country, Antananarivo, that claimed the lives of at least 22 people. The president stated that he is taking this decision because perhaps his government failed to meet the needs of the people. He also added that the current government team will continue to serve on an interim basis to handle day-to-day affairs until a new government is appointed.
Maybe we haven't met the needs you aspired to, or even listened to the cries and fears you experienced. Therefore, in accordance with Article 54 of the Constitution, I have today taken the decision to dismiss the Prime Minister and dissolve his government.
Meanwhile, protesters came out on roads once again demanding the resignation of President and clashed with the security forces in the capital. Police fired tear gas to disperse the crowd while demonstrators pelted stones at them. According to the United Nations, the days-long protest, led mostly by young demonstrators, has left at least 22 people dead and more than 100 injured. However, the government has dismissed these numbers, calling it as unverified and based on rumors. Now, since last week, thousands of demonstrators, mostly youth, have hit the streets over the living conditions in the country and water and electricity shortages. The protests, which started peacefully, took a violent turn after the demonstrators clashed with police. The government has also imposed a nighttime curfew in the capital and in other major cities since last week. The demonstrations in Madagascar gathered momentum on social media and have mirrored recent youth-led anti-government protests in Nepal and Indonesia. Protesters have been carrying flags or wearing T-shirts with a cartoon skull and bones image from the Japanese anime TV series One Piece that was used by anti-government protesters in Nepal and Indonesia. Now, the Taliban authorities have imposed a nationwide shutdown of communications weeks after they began severing fiber optic connections to prevent what they call a vice. Internet watchdog NetBlock said connectivity was operating at less than 1% of its normal levels. It said Afghanistan is now in the midst of a total blackout as authorities move to implement morality measures with multiple networks disconnected through the morning in a stepwise manner. Telephone services have also been impacted. Flights from Kabul airport have been disrupted, and according to flight tracking service Flight Radar 24, at least 8 flights scheduled to depart or arrive at Kabul International Airport have been cancelled. The impact was also noticed on Tuesday morning when banking services and other businesses resumed. Afghanistan's Taliban authorities began the crackdown on internet access earlier this month, effectively shutting down high-speed internet in several regions. On the 16th of September, Balkh provincial spokesperson said fiber optic internet was completely banned in northern province on the Taliban leader's order. Taking to social media, he wrote, "This measure was taken to prevent vice. An alternative option will be put in place across the country to meet connectivity needs." This is the latest in the series of restrictions Taliban has imposed since regaining power in accordance with their interpretation of Islamic law. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.